Hi, and thanks again for joining me. Today we're going to do one of those things that everybody likes to see. Through my kids' school, I get a lot of questions about this one, more so than I think any other dish I make for their bentos at all. We're going to make octopus hot dogs. Now there's a couple ways of doing it. There's this guy. I don't know if my camera is going to pick up his face, but he's really cute. He looks like a little octopus wearing a headband. Really cute. Inside are these fins. There's a little pokey bit there. So what you do, and please don't cut your hot dog in half. I've seen so many people do that, and you get these weird dangly legs that you have to tuck around things. It completely ruins the effect. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut our hot dog in almost 3 equal pieces. That middle bit we can use for something else. So this guy, the way you use him is you take your hot dog, make sure this is the top of the head. Remember octopus, round heads? So we push him. I find it easiest to look kind of down the barrel. You push him in through there, and he comes out 6 even little legs. I mean, you can't do that by hand. 6 even little legs. He's absolutely perfect. When you boil them, and I don't recommend you fry them, some people do, all the power to you. What I find though is they're harder to bend, because bentos, you always have to kind of fit it, and when something is a little too sturdy and you try and bend it, you end up breaking the tentacles off, and nothing's more disappointing than a broken octopus. So I'll do both of these ones this way, and I've got my pot over here boiling. I'm sorry for the buzzing. It's an induction cooktop, so it makes a bit of noise. So there's that. There's 2 done that way. Let's calm you down. Okay, this middle bit, I just eat it. You can cut it into a crab, but the crab tends to be a bit on the small side. So we're going to cut again. And with this last one, I'm going to show you this cutter here. It's a cute little cutter. My camera does not like to pick up really bright colors. I'm going for a new one on the weekend, so yay! So I don't know if you can see this very well. Here, so when I've cut another hot dog, exactly like I did the first time, we're going to cut this with my hand. Have a really steady knife. A small knife is your best bet. I love my big knives, but not for this. So we're going to go right through the middle. Okay, we're going to make a hoof. Now what you're going to try and do, you can cut them in half, like this. There. 4 even tentacles. That makes a really cute octodog too. Means less legs to deal with. But if you really want the 6, you have to angle your knife like you're cutting a pie. If you noticed, these ones, they're like a pie cut into 6 pieces. That's kind of the idea we're after. Don't mind that, that's my cat. I don't know if he really likes filming, wants to be on film, or if he doesn't like it, I can't quite tell. He's a real pain. So there's that. It's better not to cut all the way through the first time, and that way you can always cut through after. It's better than going all the way and into the other side. Okay, so depending, you got to get a lot of practice to get them all perfectly even, and I don't do the 6 tentacles by hand a lot because I have my nifty little tool, and I also do the 4-legged ones just because they stand up better. Because you've got something with 4 legs and they all splay out. You'll see when you boil them. But anyway, next I'll show you this guy. I don't know, there's a cutout here of a tulip, and inside is the cutter bits. I've stained it. So for this one, you are going to cut your hot dog roughly in half. For myself, I like to put the rounded part of the hot dog towards the top. You see these 2 little circles inside. So you just kind of line them up. between the circles, because that's where the cutout's going to be. And then the cutout, you just stick it on, press closed, and you open it up. Nothing too exciting. It does get a little more exciting when you throw it in the water though. And if you do have any weird tails like that, turn it towards the back. And that way you won't have any weird like movement that you don't want. There's that. Yeah, that one got good. When we put these tulips in the water, and it should only take a minute before they open up. I'm going to put all these guys in here. You will be able to see which are which when I pull them out. You can see already them starting to open up. And this is also why it's really important when you're making your cuts, leave about the width of your thumb for the octopus's head. If you don't, you'll end up with your cuts kind of splitting into its face. And if you want to make a face on your hot dog, you won't be able to because it's just too small. Alright, so we've got our first one open. Probably shouldn't take long. So there he is. And this is the one with the 6 tentacles. This is the one with the cutter. Ones are always hard to get out. Now here with the tulip, you can see the leaves kind of splayed out and the tulip head is just starting to open up. And that's about where you want it. About there. If you want, you can spread a thin layer of ketchup, mustard, whatever your fancy happens to be. My kids don't like anything, so I don't put anything on there. I have one more technique to show you before I'm finished with the hot dogs. They have got to be one of the most versatile ingredients just because you can do so many things. Like I'm not even going to cover half of what's able to be done with a hot dog. So for this last one, again, cut it into 3, but you want that middle bit to be a bit smaller. And from the bottom, you're going to cut out a little triangle. Make sure your triangle goes all the way to the edges here. What this is a fishtail. And we're going to make our little horizontal cuts right through. I usually do 3, this time I fit 4. And you're going to turn it, and you're going to do the other cuts. And then the same on the other side. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but in Japan, over a campfire, you'll have a grilled fish. And to make sure that the fish cooks properly, you score it, right? And that's what this is kind of imitating. And when you're done with these, you can easily add sesame seed eyes. If you have a really tiny knife and a really steady hand, you can cut like a little bitty mouth out of it. I don't. I have done the sesame seed eyes, but I don't find that kids enjoy it more. Yes, I'm frying in a pot. It'll only take a minute, so do be careful. Keep your heat kind of medium, because you don't want to burn anything. You just want to apply enough heat that you get a little tiny bit of a sear. And there's our grilled fish. So, to go over different hot dogs we have here, this is the 4 tentacle octo dog. You see he stands up really nicely. These ones are a little bit more wobbly. Sometimes you can get them to stand up though. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes you're going to lay them down in the bento anyway. There's the 6 tentacle with the cutter. Another one with the cutter. The tulip. And I guess this one, yeah, I guess that's the one by hand. A little square there. Anyway, there are our octo dogs. I'm sure there's going to end up being another video on these just because there's so much you can do that I haven't done. So anyway, there it is. Give it a go. See how it turns out for you. Any questions, comments, suggestions, leave them down in the comment section and I'll try to reply back. Thanks so much. Have a good one.